Testing 1 2 3 4. Testing 1 2 3 4. Let's bring this down. Bring this over. What up, Daniel? What up, Brahesh? Let's see. Got to zoom in again. What's up, Brandon? Zoom in. I'm a little late tonight, but I'm liking these late starts. I must admit, I am real sorry for not being here last night. But what's up, Mina? If I had came on here last night, you guys would have been worried about me today. I had such a violent allergy attack last night. It was ridiculous. I'm recovered from it now, but y'all would have swore I had that stuff. I wasn't even going. It would have been yeah. It was bad last night. It was real bad. What up, New Jack? You were smarter than me, New Jack. You got your man cave done before the shutdown happened. I just got finished talking to the architect today of my man cave, and we were about to break ground right before the economy shutdown happened. So now I told him the man cave is pushed off for at least a year and a half or whatever, because we got to recoup all these losses during this time, which is like pretty major. Yeah, Apollo, I'm staying safe. We're staying in the house. Sorry if I sniff a little bit today. I'm coming back. I'm coming back. Social distance is the way to go. A little zoom. No, I'm using a different camera tonight. This is why, Brahesh. I've been going on through an allergy attack, but I've still been working like crazy. I've got one screen like 50% done for the draft, and let me bring it over. Let me bring it on. There we go. This is going to be my major screen for the draft. You see at the bottom. Let me turn it back on. The scroll stopped. See, those are the little bugs that I'm going through right now. I can't. Let's see if I can do it through this thing. These are the little bugs that I'm going through right now. I'm trying to figure out. Let's see. Nope. Let's see if I can get the ticker going. It just stopped when I was talking to you. All right, but the ticker's been going all day. It just stopped. Oh, let me try one more thing. Hold on. Is this it right here? No, that's the players. And I'll tell you where things are gonna go. So title source, I think it's right here. My bug. Right here, ticker. No, it's not going to come up. All right, so either I'll use the program that I was using before to get this thing going, or I'm going to use another program to get this thing going. But that ticker will be going, and I found out how I can do it on the fly, but hopefully I can find one of you guys to help me out and change it on the fly. You like the late shot starts, Tiara? Nah, maybe, Brahesh. I can do a mock draft down there easy. Maybe the night before the draft. Maybe the night before the draft we'll do a mock draft. What's up, Mosh? Woo, Ty Wagner. I know what's my problem out here. We've been getting massive amounts of rain, and everything out there is blooming. I live in a country now. I mean, everything out there is like green and blossom and pretty and flowers and everything I hate. What you had enough of, Arku? What's up, JJ? Logan Baker, what's up? Yeah, it looks better when the ticker is moving, Dre. I gotta figure that out. But the ticker, I made the little bug over there on the side. Right under me, you see the blue area right under me? I have something configured now where that's going to have current selection and the player's name, school, position, height, and weight down there like a little mini player card right underneath me. And I'll have a Rolodex of all the players, all the teams. So it'll go current selection, and I'll have the team and the player. And I'm trying to do a whole lot for the draft. But hopefully I can get it done, guys. Hopefully. I'm sick of Dak's attitude. You know, I need a draft co-host. I really do, Dre. I really do. We'll do. Let's do a raffle for it. Now I've got a partner who's been helping me out with Haggy. He's been from my Madden League. He's been helping me out with spreadsheet sheets because I can build a spreadsheet with all the attributes on it, and I figured out how to bring them onto the screen, you know, through graphics. So yeah, I need a co-host. Cowboys take Kenneth Murray at 17. Okay, Cowboy. Carolina Cowboy. Shango, what's in the cup? This is a concoction. This is the cucumber vodka with pineapple juice, and it's gluten-free, California, pineapple juice, orange juice with a little bit of pomegranate. Thanks, Edgar. The draft is going to be strange, Logan Baker, but, you know, embrace it. How I feel about Dak not going to virtual workouts, you know, he's got to do what he's got to do now. Now he's just got to listen to his agents. It's really not Dak saying, you know, making all these decisions. Is his representation. And, you know, like Stephen A. Smith went off today talking about how disrespected Dak Prescott has been, you know, by the Cowboys organization. So, you know, they're probably saying the same thing to Dak, saying we have to do A, B, and C because we feel, you know, we feel disrespected by the Cowboys, and we need to do this and that. But like I said, it's all about his agents versus the front office. It's nothing. Dak has as much to do with it at this point as Mike McCarthy. Really, they're just there to watch the other guys do the work. Still doing Tito's. A little fancy, King James. You have to question anybody believe those TMZ reports, Tiara? Yeah. It's still, to me, it's still Dak. If you only had 10 people there, then only 9 should ever be invited to your house ever again. You know what I'm saying? It should be easier to find out who was the rat and who told or whatever. Or did they call the police? Somebody called the police on them. The neighbors did. Yeah, you just got to be smarter. A co-worker of yours is a Steeler fan hoping Dak holds out and we sign Jameis. No way. Yeah, Jeff Starr is disrespected because of money. Disrespected because Dak Prescott made $2 million last year. That's got to be disrespect. Of all the games that he's played for us, and you know what I'm saying, since he's been starting for us since a rookie and hadn't missed a game, and he only made $2 million last year. Never heard of Rocks Tequila, no, Carolina Cowboy. I mean, you have to. I mean, a lot of people aren't thinking about that. Dak Prescott played for literally peanuts his entire NFL football career. He doesn't have, compared to like other players in NFL. Dak is broke. Dak is broke. Dak had to do those yoga commercials to be paid like his counterparts. But when it comes to him standing beside his counterparts financially, Dak can't do it because Dak ain't make but $2 million last year. Zeke makes that in the drop of a hat. So that's why it's the disrespect. I'm a little annoyed at Dak. I'm a little annoyed at both of them. But again, I have to know the agents didn't have anything to do with the party. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to the financial stuff and him holding out and him wanting a shorter contract so he can get more money down the road, that's all agent talk. I nothing. His decision to have the party and somebody leaked out or whatever happened. I don't even know what happened. Jack said you're in New Orleans. Jack, get out of New Orleans. Don't you know there's a pandemic going on in New Orleans? Thanks, Brahesh. What's up, Canchola? Yeah, Dak had to get a part-time job doing commercials to make ends meet. Well, you can't pay nothing. Ron, no pay. If you're right, then you can't pay no quarterback top money. Stafford shouldn't ever got no top money. Matt Ryan shouldn't ever got top money. You shouldn't ever play quarterbacks top money unless they win the championship. That didn't. Those guys got paid. Those guys got paid severely. Phillip Rivers, you know what I'm saying? Just got paid to put up stats. That's not much money, Jack Duncan. Especially, Jack, when you have to think that an agent is taking over 20% of that. The government is taking over 20% more of that. Then you got other people that's dipping and diving in your pocket all night long. So when you're all down with it, the $4 million, you probably end up with maybe like 40% of it. So no, when I say Dak made $2 million last year, he didn't really make $2 million. And Jack said, I don't care, I'm 17. What's up, Swazi? Look, man, JJ, if the rough part of Dak's career, and he ends up leading the number one offense in the league. We were a passing offense last year. We were not a running offense last year. We were a passing offense last year. Dak Prescott was our quarterback. We were the number one offense in the league, and he was the number two passer in the league, yardage wise. If that's a down year, we lost because the other stuff. We lost because the defense wasn't that good. We couldn't get the running game going. If the running game was solid, we wouldn't have had to pass as much as we passed. But with Jason Garrett, he couldn't run the ball, so he freaks out, starts throwing the ball all over the place. Then we put up great stats throwing, but end up losing the game because you have to run and play defense to win football games. Where's the super chat? I didn't see the real super chat. Hold on. There we go. Swazi, we draft Jalen Hurts. Will 4 still hold us hostage? That's the only way the Dallas Cowboys can have any kind of leverage on Dak Prescott. Right now, we don't have no leverage. They were even who was it? First Take. They said something about Dak Prescott going to the Dolphins, making a trade. Dak Prescott to the Dolphins. And we get the Dolphins number 5 pick and a third, and they would get Dak Prescott in 17. And I was like, no, no. And that's when I really, because Tua is high on my list. I think Tua is going to be great, but I would not take Tua over Dak Prescott. And here's why. All the promise Tua has, all the tools Tua has, or whatever, Tua could be AB, and I believe Tua is the best quarterback in this draft. Out of all the stuff that Tua has, if we did that and we drafted Tua and we had Tua as our quarterback and he got hurt week 6 and barely played the rest of the season or whatever, then we'd say, oh, that's why you don't make a trade like that, because this guy hadn't missed a game since day one, and this guy, had so many surgeries, we should have seen it coming. That's why you don't move all the way up there and throw away, something as consistent as Dak Prescott has been as far as being there and being available, which is the biggest thing that you can do. You can't just throw that away and go get a rookie. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. Jacoby Brissett got that. Stafford is bad. He is. Rivers is still getting paid, Tiara. He sure is. You in Charlotte? Oh, man. My poor daughter, too, Logan Baker. Paul Renaud, I think that's the issue. I think the Cowboys, it's a twofold thing. The Cowboys want Dak Prescott long term, but Dak Prescott doesn't want long term. Dak Prescott wants to be a free agent when the TV money is re-up, so he can get a bigger contract on the other end. So that's where it's going. So I think the Cowboys want him. It's just It's just the particulars. Tiara said, I'm not, Lamar won MVP, but I'm not sold on him yet. Yeah, Lamar has to work on his passing, but I'm kind of sold. I still don't think all the people that said he was better than Vic because he ran for more yards than Vic, I still don't think he's better than Vic. Which new kicker? What's his name? The old guy? Kev? Just pay Dak so we can get on with the virtual OTAs. I mean, seriously, we cannot be. This is not the season to be playing around with Dak Prescott in a contract, because we don't know what's going to happen with the virus and all that kind of stuff. We got a new coach, and we need to get as much communication and as much face time between coach and quarterback as possible, because we might not be able, if this is a shortened season, which it very could be. If it's a shortened season, we need to come in there guns a-blazing, because you can't lose 2 or 3 games early in a shortened season and expect to make the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? So we can't be playing around with this Dak Prescott thing. Oh yes, Plush. That's what I got the screen up here for right now, Plush. I'm going to stream the draft. I'm going to have a ticker below. Hopefully the ticker runs. I don't know why this ticker stopped, but hopefully the ticker runs throughout the show. I will have right there in the blue section right underneath me, I will have like the players, all the attributes, the current selection, and by what team and all that kind of stuff right there. So that's what I'm planning. I'm going to work on it tonight. I've been working on it all day, and it's been giving me a headache. Yeah, Logan Baker. I think Tua. Tua is another one. I think, who was it? It was somebody else that I didn't want to draft. I just wanted to watch. Tua's another one. I don't want to draft him, but I want to watch him, because I do believe he's the number one quarterback in this draft. Joe Burrow was probably one of the best college quarterbacks to ever play in a season. He had the best college season for a quarterback ever, possibly. But I still think Tua is the better talent than Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow was a great college quarterback. All 3 days, Brahesh. I'm doing nothing else. What do you think we draft a quarterback in rounds 3 through 5? I like 4 or 5. Shango Center. Exactly. Yeah, Swazi. This NFL draft will have the highest ratings in a long time, man. Yeah, Greg Zuline, the kicker, Kev. Yeah. The old guy. him versus Kai. I wouldn't say that, Edgar. I wouldn't. Edgar says put Dak on the Redskins and see how he does. I wouldn't say that, Edgar. I wouldn't say that, Edgar, at all. The Redskins are probably another team that's like perfectly built for Dak. And if they get Chase Young, man, ugh. The Redskins are just missing a quarterback. Their quarterback play and their coach has been horrible. But their quarterback play has been horrendous. What's good, Cosmic Craig? Would I take Diggs at 17? I'm telling you, Diggs at 17 is like a reach, in my opinion. There should be somebody else there. The Redskins had the worst owner. They had a horrible coach, and they had bad quarterbacking. They had a decent running game and a decent defense. Move on. Why move on from the Dak look? Move on from Dak, bro. The Dak hate is just like it's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I saw the trade for Stafford. No, why would you? That's CO2. How are you sounding? You don't want Dak Prescott because he hadn't won a Super Bowl yet. You would take Matt Stafford, who hasn't won anything. You can't be all crazy about an arm. An arm means, you know what an arm means? A good arm on a quarterback means exactly as much as good speed on a wide receiver. It means that much. It means that much. Just because a quarterback can throw pretty, it means that much. I don't know why people don't get that through their heads. We've seen quarterbacks over and over with golden arms that throw a ball on a dime that can't play football. We got a quarterback who's not the greatest with the arm, but that tells you something when you're not the greatest with the arm and you still are number 2 in passing in the NFL, and your offense is your passing offense is the number 1 offense in the league, but then half of your fan base say you suck. You're the number 1 passing offense in the league, and your fan base says you suck. How crazy is that? That's certifiable. I don't know how much he's CO2. He's worth whatever the market says, because what if he gets paid? Mahomes is going to crush it, and then Watson is going to crush it, and then somebody else is going to crush it. And you are talking about the market. You can't put a player and say a player is worth this much money or that much money, because that doesn't make sense. Because the player doesn't determine his value. The market does, and the market says you overpay for a quarterback. That's what the market says. The market says if you don't have a quarterback, you better get on your knees and pay every dime you got for a quarterback. That's what the market says. And if we get rid of this quarterback, then we got to go find one. We either got to go and get rid of all our draft capital and go up in a draft and try to get a good one and hope he's not Baker Mayfield. Or we got to go in free agency and get a backup from other team and pay him a whole bunch of money and hope he's better than Dak Prescott. I mean, I don't understand the game plan with people who say, move on from Dak. There's no plan B. There's no alternative from that. And you've seen all the other quarterbacks in Dallas that tried to play quarterback outside of Dak Prescott and Tony Romo, and it was horrible. A quarantine rant. What's up, Quante? Hey, what's up, Bars? Hitter 95. But Hater 95, Hater 95, they do that for everybody. Hater 75 said y'all beat us and Dak looked good versus the easy either teams that he beat. They do that for everybody. They did that for Carson Wentz coming down the stretch. Do you not remember the Eagles played literally nobody? They played the Skins twice and the dang Giants twice going down the stretch. And they was like, ooh, Carson Wentz. Carson Wentz. They do that for everybody. Logan Baker said, I think Henry Ruggs will do very well wherever he goes. Hopefully the Cowboys and not to the Eagles. Those numbers were inflated due to us being down toward the fourth quarter. Those numbers were inflated because we had a bad coach that threw the ball too much. It had nothing to do with that fourth quarter. We were throwing the ball too much, period. We had games when Ezekiel Elliott barely ran the ball. It wasn't because of that fourth quarter. That's just an excuse people are using to try to throw something on that. We threw the ball too much last year, period. Dak Prescott had no business throwing the ball that much, and that's what got us in bad shape at the end of the games when we had to throw a little bit more to come back. So we passed the ball way too much. If the Cowboys get Trevor Lawrence, oh my Lord. Trevor Lawrence is gonna change a franchise as soon as they get him. I wouldn't even give away all our draft capital for Burrow. The only quarterback, you better be as close to a sure thing. And like Skater Boy says, Trevor Lawrence is probably the most sure thing since Peyton Manning. And you have to be that sure for me to give up a quarterback who is winning for you, who is healthy for you, who has led your offense to number one in the league, for me to get rid of him and take a chance on possibly getting a Baker Mayfield or a Josh Rosen or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just, man, we'd be roasted. We talk up Josh Allen because Josh Allen is in Buffalo, but we would be roasting Josh Allen in Dallas. Because Josh Allen can't throw as good as Dak Prescott. You would be roasting Josh Allen. But when Josh Allen's not here, oh, I like Josh Allen. Josh Allen, what? Oh, Josh Allen. No, if Josh Allen was here, you'd be roasting him just like you roasting Dak. Oh, you give us, we don't want Haskins. I had no belief in Haskins whatsoever. Kev, I'm hoping that wasn't Kellen Moore being pass happy, because the pass happiness came before Kellen Moore. So hopefully it was Garrett. All I'm saying is no excuse y'all wasn't in the playoffs last year. Look, man, Hitter, you had a bad coach. So you know what it's like having a bad coach. We had a bad coach longer than you had a bad coach. Our bad coach put our players in a horrible position. We can't put all the stuff on a quarterback when you had a bad coach and a bad defense. When you had a bad coach and a bad defense and you just throw everything on the quarterback, so the quarterback should overcome all of that. Your quarterback should overcome the bad coach. If your coach gets fired and you're still looking at the quarterback, that's crazy talk. Fields is not better than Lawrence. Fields might not even make it in the NFL, I don't think. Deb says, I'm sorry, not sorry. Dak is average, exactly. We passed the ball way too much. That wasn't Dak, Deb. No, the Dak is not a passing quarterback. Dak didn't come through the ranks throwing the ball all the time. Let's take Cam. Now, Deb says, let's take Cam. This is killing me. Let's take Cam. Cam is done. Cam is done. There's a reason why Cam isn't with nobody right now. Cam is done. I don't understand the hate of your own quarterback. What did he do to you? This guy is just as nice as can be. He's mannerable. He says the right things all the time. I don't know what he's done to people for them to hate him like this. Cam? That's like, Michael said, people, Jason Garrett is the one that's pass happy. He's always been pass happy. That's why Tony Romo threw the ball like all the time. It was just like years of just like throwing the ball. The Dak hate has gone too far. Quest, Cam is done. Cam has been beat up. And Cam, you really let me try to wrap my mind around the Cam Newton logic. Let me try to wrap my mind around it. You don't like Dak Prescott because he doesn't throw the ball good enough for you. Because you can't not like him for anything else. Because the dude does great on everything else. He's not clutch. And he doesn't throw the ball well enough. That's the only thing you can say about Dak Prescott. But then you're going to say Cam Newton? Cam can't throw? Well, think in your mind of Cam like dissecting the defense with his arm. When did that ever happen? And you're going to talk about getting rid of Dak Prescott, who has done that, who has put up 400-yard passing game and 300 yards passing games regularly. Cam Newton really hasn't. He just jumps over everybody and does this. That's what Ready Red. That's why we lost, because all of the passing. So I said the Romo hate was at least entertaining. The Dak hate is completely confusing. It's completely confusing. Yeah, 2015 and 2016, Cam took way too many hits. Yeah, Cam should get. Paul's got it right. Cam should go to the Redskins or the Raiders, Paul, because he's got a couple of years left, and that's where a player goes to like fade away into nothing. Okay, but JJ, let's not sit here and act like Carson Wentz has ever shredded a good defense either. I mean, what are you saying? I mean, what you're acting like Dak Prescott is supposed to be Patrick Mahomes when Mahomes had a real coach and Dak Prescott had Jason Garrett, and Mahomes had the most talented receiver in the league, and Ty Hill. Cam is better than Dak in every aspect of playing quarterback. Right, gnarly. Cam is bigger, stronger, huge, phenomenal, run over you, tank, all that kind of stuff. But he can't throw the football. I'm sorry. Throw the highlights. Throw the Cam Newton live highlights of him just going off on people. I want to see it. What did Jay Glazer do? Kev? I hear you here too. We still on Wentz though. He beat us once. Hater 95. We still on Wentz. He beat us once. What are you talking about? And we were done. When Wentz beat us, we were done. It was Jason Garrett's bye-bye game. Come on, man. Don't be hyping up Wentz. I can't stand somebody that's gonna downplay Dak and hype up Wentz. That's when you get me mad, because Wentz ain't done nothing. Wentz ain't done nothing. All Wentz has done was allow people on TV to talk about his pretty arm. That's all Wentz has ever done. He had that one stretch where he did great, and everybody, And from here on, that's all Wentz is, because you can't talk about Wentz being crappy because all they do is stuff. You can't talk about Wentz and his pass per play is like 4 yards. When he just dumps the ball off every single play. You can't talk about Wentz when he just throws like little darts to the tight end and that's all he does. Wentz game is simple as I don't know what. And you're going to talk up Wentz and talk down Dak? Crazy. Yeah, I'm drinking John Jackson. I'm having fun tonight because I was feeling so bad last night. Wait a minute. Breaking news 24 hours and finally announced first NFL testing positive for COVID-19. Oh, I'm sure there's NFL players with it. I mean, Logan Baker, Mahomes has the tools. He has, for being a great quarterback, he has probably the best quarterback coach of our time in Andy Reid, and he has weapons out the yin yang. Exactly. Wheelchair wins. I like that, Maj. Yeah, it won't be whatever. My point with the overpaying thing, Quest, is it's just the market, and whatever we pay a quarterback is going to get affected by that market. There's no way you can avoid that. There's no way you can get that's the thought that you can get a good quarterback, that you can win a Super Bowl in this league. The thought that you can get a quarterback like at a bargain is just ridiculous. That was Tom Brady. And you see it took a toll on Tom Brady. Tom Brady just left him high and dry. Because it doesn't exist. You don't get breaks on quarterbacks. The Rams center. Oh, wow, that's out here. Made of glass wins. Yeah, Folks gave Wentz the only ring he'll ever have. Yeah, I'm sure more players have it. So Brian Allen's going to be the one that don't have to take that antivirus. This is what I heard they're going to do. I heard they're going to shoot him up with the antivirus or the thing to tell us whether they've been exposed to the virus or not. And if you've been exposed to the virus, then it makes you like superhuman or whatever, that you can defeat whatever the virus comes. So if you take the test and it shows that you have been exposed to COVID, then they're gonna let you play. Tank for Trevor. Oh, I'm now CO2. I'm with that. But like you have to be almost a sure thing. Yes, Deb. Our Cowboys have talented player around Dak, but you know what? You know what I wonder, Deb? Zeke ain't been performing. Zeke ain't been performing. Why is it? Why doesn't Zeke get the? I hope I'm not. Let me do this. I hope. Why doesn't Zeke get the hate like Dak gets the hate? Because Dak is what carried the team last year with yards and all that kind of stuff. Zeke had a subpar year, in my opinion. But nobody's saying Zeke. They just say, oh, Zeke is good. What we had a declining football team. We had a declining offensive line. And the only way that we could make up for that is just throwing the football almost every down. Lawrence is not inaccurate, Marquise. They say Zeke was overpaid. All right, Kev. Yeah, Zeke doesn't get near as much hate as Dak. He really doesn't. Nope. Zeke hadn't looked the same since his contract. Nope. Zeke didn't look great coming back from his thing. Nope. But we know Zeke is good. Why? Because the people on TV still talk about Zeke like he's the greatest back in the world. They use that to talk down Dak. Well, he's got Ezekiel Elliott. You know, Tony Romo never had Ezekiel Elliott. Bradley Bryant. What does playing every game mean to you? You know, that's the thing. I told my cousin this the other day. I said, people who do what they supposed to do in life always catch HE double hockey sticks. You know what I'm saying? The people who go to work every day, grind hard, pay their bills on time, all that kind of stuff. When you choose to live that kind of life, you get blows left and right all the time. And that's Dak Prescott. He comes to work on time. He's the leader. He doesn't miss a game. He doesn't do. He is your 100% company man. He plays for peanuts for years. Rumble had Marion the Barbarian. What's up, Jose Lopez? Oh yeah, I've been on a few of those top 10 shows. Bars hitter. Hail to the Redskins, I mean. Yeah, Pollard looks faster than the Zeke Jeff Stars. He really does. Had a slow start from the holdout. Send Dak to Cleveland. Wake Up TV. Wake Up TV says Ezekiel Elliott had 1,300 yards and 12 touchdowns. Dak Prescott had great stats. I don't understand how the stats come into play. If that's the case, then we shouldn't be talking junk about Dak Prescott because, I mean, he passed for over 4,000 yards, almost close to 5,000 yards, and had a whole bunch of touchdowns too. I mean, it's just some ridiculous Dak hate, and I have no idea where it comes from. What pick will upset you most in the first round? Darius Jones. It will be if the Eagles get Ruggs or Rager. That would make me like. Thank John Jones. Oh, I love Hood Nurse. Look, okay. Now let me go on the other side. I've always been upset that you don't have a backup quarterback backing up your starter. I never liked the fact that Tony Romo never had a backup quarterback breathing down his neck. For some reason in Dallas, you don't want to get the starter nervous because of whatever. They're doing the same mess with Dak Prescott. They put nobody behind him, and I hate it. Dak Prescott needs somebody breathing down his neck. So just for all reasons whatsoever, and especially if this situation, if we had somebody behind Dak that could play as well as Dak, then we would have this much leverage in these contract talks. But right now, we don't have this much leverage because without Dak, what are we going to do? What are we going to do? So Jalen Hurts is extremely Dak-like as far as height. He's 6'2" as well. He can run the football. He can matriculate the offense. He can play from right here or whatever. So if something happened to Dak gets hurt or something like that, then Jalen Hurts can go in and play the same game. And Jalen Hurts could take Dak's job. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I want at number 2. My number 2 quarterback, I want my number 2 quarterback to at least feel like and make me feel like he can take that number one job. Cosmo, thank you, Cosmos Craig. No way Ruggs get past. No, I'm thinking Jeff starts. I'm thinking Philadelphia goes up there and get Ruggs. Yeah, no one wants to Tiara. No one wants to see Cooper Rush on the field. Nope. What's up, Cowboys football news? Exactly, Jack. Then the day and every year, Berline won a good game, a important game for us. Bernie Kosar won a good game for us. We even had Randall Cunningham backing up Aikman at one point. No, Dak's deal is not going to cripple us. It's the money. It's the TV money. The salary cap is going to get bigger and bigger. That might be right. The Saints getting hurt. I'm killing y'all with the night. Astronomical said, Shango, that's not true. Garrett said the reason numerous times you get a good quarterback that never plays and you train him up and he ends up going somewhere else. Look at Teddy Bridgewater. Well, you know what? CO2 design. If I'm Dak Prescott and that's how the fan base felt, I would be out of here so quick. I wouldn't deal with you. I would go get my money because if I've been giving you a hometown discount for years that you only paid me $2 million. You only paid me $2 million, the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys. You only paid me $2 million last year. So you've been getting away with a bargain for years. And if you take that kind of a position with me, I'll be out so quick and I wouldn't care. I said, go try your luck with Cooper Rush. Go ahead. Peace out, homies. I'll be all right. Because he's still the number one free agent. And he will be all right. Jalen Hurts is Jason Campbell. No. Jason Campbell 2.0 was no. You know, Haskins is Jason Campbell. Like Haskins, Jason Campbell, Byron Leftwich. They all the same dude. Mr. Rice said actually not having a good backup. Sink or swim with your starter. Dorian Johnson, it's the market. I can't, again, I say this over and over. We can't look at a player and say, oh, you're worth this, this, and this. Because the player itself does not generate his own worth. His worth is generated by the market of his position. And there's no way you're going to get a bargain at quarterback. There's no way. You're either going to have to pay Dak Prescott. You're going to have to pay to go up in the draft to get another one. Or you're going to have to pay a quarterback in free agency. There's no way you can get a quarterback in the National Football League without paying a stupid price. And whatever stupid price we pay Dak Prescott, the Kansas City going to pay a stupider price. And then the Houston Texans going to pay a stupider price. It's just going to go down the list because that's the way it works. And in 2 years, the most highest paid quarterback in Dak Prescott will be something like 8th. Thank you, Cowboy Football News. Met you at training camp. Been following you for years. After meeting you, talking to you for a year, you're the same and all off the camera. No, thank you very much. Thank you very much. You try. You know what? I think I told you everybody why I did that. I did this for the fun of it or whatever, and I'm desperately trying to get the fun back because I got such an exciting life with my kids and all that kind of stuff. But the last few years it's coming back, and I'm enjoying it, and I like helping out other guys on YouTube and all that kind of stuff. I love it. I absolutely love it. So thank you. Yeah, people have no choice. People getting caught up in the money aspect of this thing, and you can't. This is the money thing. That's just Dak's agents in the front office of the Cowboys. I take Dak over Haskins. Yeah, Romo got more years on CBS. If Dak did leave, we would tank and draft Trevor Lawrence. But he's not. I mean, you just make you just pay. I mean, even another thing that got us over the goal. You just paid a whole bunch of money to Amari Cooper. Why would you pay a whole bunch of money to Amari Cooper and not have a quarterback for him? That makes sense. Adrian Lizzie, thank you for the super chat. Dak in New England would break my heart. Dak in New England, Lord have mercy. If they somehow maneuver Dak away from us, I would be so mad. Yeah, Jalen, but it's again, Hood Nurse, college's system, and that system that Dak was running office is nothing like that system Jalen Hurts was running. You know what I'm saying? So you can't take those numbers as hard numbers in college. You know what, Watson probably wants to be out of there, bro, because they traded his boy. He was really mad about that. Paul Renault, Dak has to be paid market value. They're setting the market. His agents they're setting the market for the next quarterbacks and all that kind of stuff. It's just you are a genius, Jack. But it's just that it's just another game going on right now that has nothing to do with football or anything like that. Yeah, that was then Cowboy. I'll talk to you again. You have to keep these little bots on YouTube. They keep wanting different things and whatever. So keep up with me. Every year it changes. Every year it changes. Does Dak take IOUs? Oh, I take Trevor. Now CO2. There you go. Now I'll take Trevor Lawrence over Dak. Sorry. Yeah, Dak in New England would suck. Oh, Amari Cooper turned down. Yeah, he turned out more money to go to come back to the Cowboys. Sorry, Bars. We just have to be we have to be pretty bad to be a number one, get to number one pick, but we'll have to make some trades. Jack is a swimsuit model inspector. He might be for real. I'm more scared of Dak in New England, Kaysen, because of the steadiness. You like Watson because Watson is more wow. A lot of people think more wow equals better football player. I'm a Watson guy now, but more wow is just more wow. Sometimes the steady is a better football player. Sometimes Ruggs in the slot. Where is Andrew Luck? It's a good question. I don't think Cedric. Well, you know, I was hyped up on Cedric Wilson for 2 years. So him and what's his name from Ohio State? I don't think they'll make it. NFL draft next week. The GA boy. 8 days. I'm a Ruiz fan, Jeff Stars, big time. Yeah, New England don't have anybody to throw to. That's true. Hector, I don't think Burrow is that good, man. I don't think Joe Burrow is that good. Ruiz is our next Fredbeard. Or Tyler Badass. Tyler Badass. That's what I want. Wisconsin Center for Wisconsin Center. What is my gut feeling for the first pick that we have, Shango? Corner or safety. I think we're going to stay real safe. McKinney. I don't think Henderson is going to be there. Maybe Diggs. Maybe Delpit. But I think it's secondary. Noah Brown. Thanks, Vern. Yeah, the safety at 17 is rough, Ready Red. Yes, Jeffrey Brown. I'm being right. That's why I got the screen up right here. I have the ticker. I have the ticker down below. Hopefully the ticker will be working. But I have the ticker. Where? Right there. I have the ticker down there working. And then right here. Where is it? Right here. I'll have, the current selections and stuff. And over here in the corner, I'll have the team making the choice. So hopefully all that will come together tonight or tomorrow. But hey, it has a lot of bugs in it. Tyler Badass is going in the third to fourth. I like it. Yes, I do, JJ and Mom. I think Dak is better than Burrow. Yeah. I think Burrow is like Andy Dalton when he gets to the pros. We'll see. He's going to the same team. We'll see. Let me ask you a question. How do you think Dak was on his college team? Dak was like the only guy. What do you think Dak could have done if he had LSU talent and the LSU receivers and the LSU defense? Dak was a Heisman candidate in his college, and he had nobody else there. What's up, Kyle Cullen? Exactly. I agree, Michael Cameron. Matt Campbell. I say he had probably the most incredible season in college football history. But that doesn't make you a great quarterback, NFL quarterback. Are you crazy? Draft safety, Shango. I think that's safe. I think McKinney is safe. I think Henderson and Chasen will be gone, Ross Splits. Thank you, Lizzie. Do I think top players could hit free agency as a rookie to go to a good team like us if Tua just signs with the Colts? Do I think top players could hit... Hold on, let me get this question right. Do I think top players could hit free agency as a rookie to go to a good team like if Tua just signs with the Colts? Say that one more time, Lizzie. I'm sorry. Write it one more time. I want to answer your question correctly. Burrow had one good season. Don't overhype him. Last year, LSU, and then not only that, he just didn't make it somewhere else. Case and Chaney. That's always a red flag in a way. Dak killed LSU. Do you think the best quarterback in football is my boy Deshaun Watson? Kyle, I like that. Oh, OBJ to the Vikings would be nasty. Yeah, Cousins would show out. He really would. And I can't stand Cousins. Oh, wow, Marsh. What does TSM Cash do? Yeah. Tyreek Hill is crazy good. He's crazy good. Yeah, we played the Bengals this year because we played Pittsburgh. Yep. No, Michael Campbell. Burrow just laid the ball up, man. Burrow just went back. It was he laid it up pretty, but he just laid balls up for the receiver to go get. You can't do that in the NFL. Go back and look at Joe Burrow's passes and all his touchdown passes. They were pretty. They were laid up for touchdowns, and the wide receiver mossed over. All his wide receivers would moss over everybody or whatever. Even the one named Moss would moss over people or whatever. But you ain't going to be able to do that versus corners in the NFL. You better put that ball on the money. And Joe Burrow is not Trevor Lawrence when it comes to arm strength and getting the ball into a guy's numbers when he's running a route. Nope. Tua said he would sit behind Dak and take his job like Dak did Romo. I would too. I would love to see Mahomes with Jason Garrett. I would love to see Patrick Mahomes with Jason Garrett and our receiving core before Amari Cooper got here. That receiving core, I would love to see. I would love for somebody to tell me that Pat Mahomes would have ripped it with Jason Garrett and our wide receiver core prior to us trading for Amari Cooper. No, but I love Trevor, Hector. Trevor is the closest thing to a sure thing. I don't know, Jeff Stars, how much we can trust Tyron. I don't know. And this draft is full of left tackles. Full of left tackles. We can get a good left tackle in like the third round. Trade for the stud on Alabama's D-line? Yes, Kevin. What's up, Kevin? His name isn't Kevin. But that's my boy. I want Derek Brown bad, Kevin. There's I like Tua, Cullen. The only thing about Tua is his injuries. But I really like Tua. I know if Belichick gets a hold of Trevor Lawrence, and I think he's trying to figure that out. Especially when Belichick said we're going to be as competitive as we can. What does that mean, Belichick? Just starts. Why would I want to end Mahomes' career like that? I would love to see Mahomes with Jason Garrett coaching the Dallas Cowboys receiving squad before we traded for Amari Cooper. I wonder what that would look like. Dallas Cowboy fans would be ripping Mahomes. Mahomes, he don't have the it factor. I don't like Mahomes. We need to move on from Mahomes. Yeah, exactly. I agree with you, Michael Campbell. His accuracy was just ridiculous. But again, you're going to have some mustard on those balls in the pros. They do. They need offensive lineman bad, Michael Hooper in Arizona. Yeah, Matt Moore is better than Rush. Okay, thank you, Lizzie. I mean, if first rounders, if I didn't mean for you to pay $5 again, Lizzie. But I mean, if first rounders could choose a team versus being drafted, yeah, that would be horrible. No, it would be great for us because everybody would want to come to the Cowboys. That'd be great for us. We might get Trent Williams. Hell to the Redskins 95. I would rather. Trent's a beast, but there's a lot of tackles in this draft that I would want to take a look at. I hope we draft a quarterback. I hope we draft Jalen Hurts actually. Hector Gutierrez. This is the draft. If you are going to draft for a well-established player, this is the draft that you would do it because this isn't a normal draft. This is a draft where you don't have all the information. You can't get the guys in. You can't look them in the eye. You can't, you know what I'm saying? You can't get a feel of how they are in the room and get that personal. So you're taking a little more of a chance this year. It would give, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I would give up these picks for Jamal. He's that much of a game changer. I mean, what didn't he beat us? We'll take Trent. No, Dak's not gonna move on for Dallas. Put Trent at left guard. Trent's going to the Browns. That would force bad teams to be better. Yeah. And it's not only that. Lindsay. I said Lindsay. I'm sorry, Lindsay. The thing that bothers me with the current system is we always see players get eaten up. Good players getting eaten up by bad franchises. For instance, a quarterback that would succeed with a better team, but he had a good college year like Joe Burrow, so you get picked by the worst team in the league, and then you don't perform as well because you're on the worst team in the league, and you go off into oblivion. So with me, I wouldn't want to go to one of those bad teams. You know what I'm saying? Because I would want to go to a team that's ready to win because you get, again, Patrick Mahomes gets treated like he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And even though he is good, he is very good, he is better because he fell in an ideal situation where he could sit and learn from a quarterback guru for a whole year and have tools to throw. It's like crazy. So that's what I'm talking about. If Patrick Mahomes would have went to the Browns, he might be Baker Mayfield. If Baker Mayfield went to Kansas City, he might be Patrick Mahomes. If Carson Wentz went to Kansas City, he might be Patrick Mahomes. So I feel like there's a handful of quarterbacks, and I don't think Dak is one of them. But I think a handful of quarterbacks would have went into Kansas City, sat for a year, and went out there with Tyreek Hill and would have been near Pat Mahomes. Mahomes is not McNabb though. Exactly. Jeff Stars. I'm thinking the same thing, 95. No, Hurts will have to fall to the Cowboys in like the third round. Matthew Mariano. Keith says, so the mayors of New York and Los Angeles said there would be no football or baseball this year. They said that today. I know Keith Paris, but today the baseball owners were talking about having a season. So I would trust the baseball owners than especially I live in Los Angeles. I don't our mayor and our governor are just saying things. But I do like the mayor better. Yeah. Yeah, screw the mayors of New York and Los Angeles. Trump said we're gonna be back to normal by Easter. So forget them. Saying how do I feel about running from Chase Young? I don't. Yeah, Chase Young is the next Bosa. I mean, Bars. There is no way in the world I would not get with the talent that you guys have at the front seven, especially those defensive tackles. There's no way in the world I don't get Chase Young. You get a quarterback later, or you'll figure the quarterback thing out later. You run the football and you go after teams. That's what you do. No way I would let him ride. Same way with the New York Giants. I'd hate it, but there's no way I wouldn't get Isaiah Simmons and put him right there in your defense and tell him just to play everybody. Trump's not going to let that happen, Jeff Stars. I believe in him. Stop, Jack. He used to be your boy. Now he's my boy because I wanted him to make sure we have a football season. So now he's my boy until he gets a football season. Oh, my mom and daddy, Tiara, my mom and daddy got their virus checked today. Yeah, this wide receiver class is crazy, Kaysen. We'll talk more. Yeah, Trump was he was up there Henny when he made that prediction. Oh man, Trump, don't talk to us when you're on the Henny. You get me excited, man. What's up, Darian? Yeah. All right, guys, I'm out. I'm getting a little stuffy. Gonna take some more allergy medicine. Do my old my purist thing, and call it a night. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, Jack, you used to be a Trump supporter, but now you're the independent thinker that I always knew you had in you. I always knew you had that independence in you. All right, guys. Holla at you.